Well, as you can see, I've got my net ready and I've got a few trays around and some buckets. Essential pond dipping equipment. I've got some identification sheets, see if you can spot any of these things while we're looking, so we might find hopefully some of these. Okay, hello. So here is my pond dipping net and I'm going to put it into the pond, and I'm just going to go in the surface of the water slightly because it's quite muddy at the bottom, and I'm going to go side to side 6 times. So if you could count with me while I'm doing it, that would be brilliant. So are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and give it a bit of a shake and I walk my way in. I'm crouching down because I don't want to fall into the pond, and here is my net. So if I can move you around over here, you can see my net. And I'm going to put my net into this tray and I'm going to put it in upside down and I'm going to dunk it in the water just like this. Now if I swap to the other camera, there we go, you can see what's in my tray. So lots and lots of leaves and things in there at the moment. So I'm going to use this spork, spoon, whatever it is, and I'm just going to scoop out the leaves and see what gets left behind. So there will be things living in these, so I'm going to scoop out and give them a bit of a rinse and see what's left behind. Okay, scoop, 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 and I can see I found lots of the same thing. So if I get this one out, give it a bit of a wash. Right, I wonder if anybody knows what this is. Let's see if we can make it a bit clearer. Let's try and zoom in on it a bit more. Okay, so this is, you can hopefully see its curly shell. So it's called a ram's horn snail. It's quite big and there's lots of these in our pond, and they're like the cleaners of the pond. They help to keep all the sides clean and they eat up things or sort of eat up the vegetation to help keep it nice and clean and tidy. What else? Oh, look on this spoon. Let's see if I can get it. And you see here a little diving beetle. It's going around very fast, swimming round and round and round. There we go. And you should be able to see it's got 6 legs, so it's an insect because it's a beetle. Oh, it's trying to escape. Okay, right, before I do another dip, I think what I might do is to show you in my other tray what I've got. So this is what I've found so far. So let's have a look what we can see. Okay, so we know these are the ram's horn snails. And you can see with this one, oh, who's that that's come into the view? So you can see the snail's horns, but you can see there's a pond skater on the top, skating around with its long legs. Got some more snails there. And just there to the left of the snail, and you see there's a little creature that looks like a mayfly nymph to me. Yeah, so there's a mayfly nymph. Oh, that zippy one over there, can you see that one? There's a beetle, but there's also a what's that one? I can't remember what that's called now. Oh yeah, that's a mayfly. Sorry, that's a mayfly. And the one on the right is a damselfly. Over here we have a bit of a strange looking creature. So this is called a freshwater hoglouse, and it's related to the woodlouse, but it lives in water. So you might be able to see its legs. It has 14 legs, so it's not an insect. It's a crustacean, like a crab. And over here, this is pretty cool. just in the darkness over here. Now there were two of these, but I think one of them's escaped. This is a dragonfly nymph. So it's a baby dragonfly. So you can see it's got its 6 legs. It's got its 2 big eyes at the front. It's got 2 little antennae. And it's got 3 little tails. Now you can't see very well because it's a little bit dark, but on its back it has its wing buds, which is where its wings will come from eventually. If I get it on the spoon, it might be a bit better. Let's get into the light a little bit more. Okay, so there we go, that's our dragonfly nymph. So that will stay in the water probably for a few years and just keep eating and munching everything up, and then every so often it will take off its skin, shed its skin, and it have another skin underneath, and then eventually for the last time it will shed its skin and it will crawl up onto probably one of these plants here, like on the side here, and it will crawl up there, and then eventually it will shed its skin for the last time and its wings will be ready inside, and then it will be able to fly away. So there is the dragonfly nymph. So it's a baby, it's probably a hawker dragonfly or maybe an emperor, one of the ones with a big long body. So now I've got something else in here which is quite exciting in my other tray. So remember, if anybody's got any questions or if anybody wants to give me any comments, I can't see any coming up, so I don't know if it's working, but hopefully it is. So here we have an eft, and it looks a bit like a tadpole, doesn't it, that started to grow its legs, but it's not a tadpole. It's not going to turn into a frog or a toad, and we can tell it's not a tadpole when it comes back into view because where's it gone? Because at the sides of its head, when it stops moving, you can see it has these feathery gills, and tadpoles only have them very, very early on, and then they lose them very quickly. So if you see, so that it looks like a tadpole and it gets its legs quite early, then it's probably one of these, an eft, baby newt. Now this one, I would say, is from last year, because they've only just started coming into the ponds to start to mate and to lay their eggs. So this one looks very big to have been laid this year. So I think it's probably been from last year, and it's spent the winter, it's overwintered as a baby. And hopefully it will become an adult this year. Right, let's see if I can find something else in the pond. So let's switch you over again so that you can see me. Okay, so I'm going to try a little bit deeper this time. So it might be a little bit muddy, but that's okay because we can scoop out the mud. So, oh, let me just swap my trays over. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's try a little bit deeper down. Are you ready? Let's make my net a bit longer as well. Okay, so let's try going to the bottom of the water. 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, now my net's much heavier now because it's full of leaves and water. So I might just scoop some of this out and we might be able to see maybe some creatures in the bottom. Hoping there might be some dragonfly nymphs. Not much in here really. We'll try. Let's move you around. Let's see if we get anything. Okay. So let's try this slimy net. See if we can see anything. Okay. Right, swap you over again. Okay. Ooh. It's quite yucky and slimy in this one. Another snail. There'll be plenty of snails in there. Ooh, but what's this? Ooh, what is this? This is exciting. Oh, look, it's another baby newt. Another eft. So should we go and put it in the other tray with its friend? So let's take it over very carefully. Let's put it in there. So there we go, 2 baby newts. Try and get out of the way. 2 baby newts having a little swim. Wondering what's going on. Well, they were all cosy at the bottom of the pond. There we go. Don't know what's going on with my camera skills. Here we go. Let's go back to the net, to the tray, let's see if there's anything else. Can we see anything else moving in all this slime? I wonder. Not really. I'm sure there are lots of things, but I don't think we're going to be able to see them. But I do have something very exciting to show you. Now this is a little bit of a cheat because I didn't get them out of this pond. There probably are some in this pond. Well, we know there are some in this pond because we've just seen their babies. So if we can remember what these were, baby newts. So in our other pond, I found 2 adult newts. So should we see if we can see them? They're in my bucket at the moment. But let's have a look. Let's take them over here. Let's make sure I don't fall in the pond. Okay. Right, so I don't know if you can see them in the bottom of the bucket. There's lots of pondweed in this bucket. So very carefully, I'm going to pour it in here. Oh, are they going to go in? Hey, there's one. Okay. Oh, the other one's still in the tray, in the pot. Let's get her out. Let's get her a bit more water. In she goes. Okay. So if I move all this out of the way, we can see we have 2 newts. 2 smooth newts. And one's a male, a boy, and one's a female. So I wonder which one's which. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can see the difference between them. Right, so this one here, ooh, when he stops moving. Right, let's just watch them for a sec. There they are, having a bit of a swim. There's a snail in there as well. That's a nice snail there. That's a different type of snail. That looks like a mud snail. It's in the mud at the bottom of the pond. Okay, well, let's go for this one first because I think this one is staying still. So this one is a female. Oops, I nearly dropped my phone in. This is a female smooth newt. And you can see she's very smooth. She has, let's see if we can get her out, have a better look. There she is. Say hello. She's a bit camera shy. So, oops, she's flipped off. Let's try her again. There we go. So she's got like stripes down her body. She's got a little bit of a pattern, but she's not that exciting really. Oh, you can see if we try and flip her over. Oh, where is she? You can see her tummy. No, she's not going to let me show her tummy. Oops. Her tummy is just sort of a beigey colour. So she's the female, and her feet, She has got slightly webbed feet, but actually they spend most of their time out of the water. They only really come to the water in the spring when it's mating time. The rest of the time they like to live in much drier places, like stone walls and bags of sand and things like that. People often find them and they think they're dead, they're all dried up, but then they start to move. Okay, so that's the female smooth newt. And here we have a male smooth newt. Now, I don't know if he's going to let me pick him up. He's a bit more wiggly. Okay, there he is. So you can probably see his tail is much more wiggly. He has like a crest on his tail. Oops, it's quite hard to do with one hand. He has a crest on his tail and he has a bit of a crest on his back, and he's much spottier and he's much brighter. And he uses those crests for showing off to the females. And he also has a bright orange tummy at this time of year. If we can see his tummy, or we can't quite see his tummy, but we can see his tail nicely there. Let's try and flip him over. Mr. Newt. No, it's not going to let us. Okay, so anyway, there he is, male smooth newt. And his feet, I don't know if you can see, his back legs are a lot more flappy and webbed than the females were. So here's her back legs. You see? Very wiggly. And here are his back legs. So his back legs are a lot bigger and more webbed, and that's because to attract the attention of the female, it'd be nice if he did it now, but I don't think he will. They flap their tails and they use their tails and their feet to waft the water at them. So they're kind of waving at them, but really they're showing how strong and powerful they are and how good they would be as a parent, as a father, and showing off to the females to try to attract their attention. So there we go. Male smooth newt, female smooth newt, and a pond snail, and a mud snail, and another pond snail. And let's just go back to our other tray, remind ourselves what else we found. So we had 2 F's, baby newts. Get out the way of the sun. 1. And 2. Now I don't know if these are boys or girls, I can't tell at the moment. They all look the same. 1, 2. And then what did we have in here? We had a big pond snail. We had a dragonfly nymph. Let's get that on the spoon again because that's a good one to look at. Dragonfly nymph. There we go. And lots of snails. And a pond skater. It's too fast for me. Right, let's try one more dip before we finish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over here. Oh no, I've got the newts there. No, I'll move over here. Okay, get my bucket set up. 1, 2. Oops. No, that's not working. Some different sizes. Dear. Right, sorry about that. Okay, there's me again. Okay, so should we try one more dip? Let's try a different net this time. I'm just going to move my newts into the other pond, onto the other thingy. No, I'm not. Okay. Right, okay, so last dip. Let's have a look. Let's hope it's a good one. Okay, we're ready to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give it a shake. There's my net. Move around. way. There we go. Okay, let's have a look. What can we see? Oh, there's our efts again. What's this? Okay. Not much in there that time, was there? We'll try one more. One more for good luck. Let's try the other net. Okay, you ready to count? Go all the way, stretch it right out as far as we can go. Okay. 1, 2, let's try maybe over here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Give it a shake. See anything in there? Let's do a couple more for good luck. 11. Okay. Okay. What can, oh, you can see me. No, what can you see? Let's have a look. A little wiggle with my hand this time. Oh, a nice pine cone covered in pondweed. So this stuff on the top is called duckweed. You have to be careful that it doesn't completely cover the surface, otherwise it means it gets very dark underneath and then the plants underneath can't grow. These oxygenating plants, and they can't put any oxygen in the water, and then the animals wouldn't be able to survive, so it's very important. Okay, try another scoop. Anything in here? Just our newts. Let's just watch, see if anything appears. To make sure I wash my hands after having them in the pond. Newt. Okay, well, we'll go back to show you the newts for the last couple of seconds. Let's just watch them having a swim. Come on, come into the sunlight. There we go. So let's see if you can remember, is this or the female, I wonder? I don't know if anybody's commented, but nothing has come up. Go. And the female, that was the male. Female just chilling out in the shelter, in the shadows. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed my pond dip, and I hope you could see everything you wanted to. Yeah, it'd be lovely if you could come and visit when we're open again, and you can come and do some pond dipping yourself. So we do lots of family activities where you can do things like pond dipping and wildlife activities. Yeah, hopefully see you soon. Everybody stay safe, and thank you for watching. Bye.